In this video I'm going to be talking about the Design Manager. This used to be the Portfolio Manager, or words to that effect in the old version. So these are the rings that I selected in the last video, these 6 rings. So on some websites you have the facility to compare the selections, usually on computers or cameras or whatever, and what you can do is just have a look at the items together. So when I click compare, it gets rid of all the others, which kind of narrows down the customer's view. Gets them to concentrate on what they're looking at. So they say, yep, they're the 6 rings I'd like a closer look at. I want to look all inside and around those rings, or you communicate to them that is possible. Excuse me. So let's return to the results. So that's the compare button. So at this point I could turn off a ring that maybe they're not too keen on. Go back to compare, and there's 5 rings. So go back to search results and maybe select another ring out of that list. That looks quite interesting. Let's have a look at that one. So we'll put that on there. So now we've got a kind of commitment that they want to proceed and have a closer look at these items. So down here you've got new portfolio. This is the default, and it says double click to rename. So I'm going to double click, and we're going to call this what should we call it? John Doe. Wow, popular name that. If I flick over to the Design Manager now, those rings that I've selected are now on in here. Any alterations I do thereafter, which I'm going to do in the next video, will be here. So any alterations I do to these ones one by one can be put into this side. So down here we're going to put his details in. So we're going to put in John and his last name Doe, and let's just put in Doe. Now I'm clicking tab, that takes me to the next level. So I'm going to put our address in here. Springwell Court. Tab. Let's put in Holbeck. And the city. Leeds. And the telephone number. That's not our telephone number, by the way. Comments, whatever you want that to be. So there is another part to this. If I was to click these 2, this allows me to create a favourites section. So this flicks over and just shows me what my favourites are out of that list. Let's go back to design history. We'll have another look at that favourites button later on. So what have we done now? We've inputted all the customers' details. This is one of my customers. This is another one. This is Jane Doe. She came to my store previously. These are her favourites, so I can go to favourites and just have a quick look at that. That one's a slightly different look to this one. This one is, these are renders. These are kind of a pre-render. This is the view that you're going to see in the customization side, which is going to be in my next video. So let's just come out of this. Let's click clear. Let's go back to the Design Manager. Let's change this to design history. Let's turn those off. Let's just go to, I'm just having a look at how this works. Let's just come out of here. These are the selections. If I clear that a moment, I just wanted to have just a look around. That's cleared out everything that I'd selected. Interesting. Okay, let's reselect those. Just a lot of the things on here are as new to you as they are to me. This is how new this product is. So there is some idiosyncrasies that I'm still trying to get used to myself. Let's go to the Design Manager. So there's all my rings that I've selected. So if I was to shut down, go home, obviously turn my computer back on and so on, and I want to get back to that portfolio, just click any of those, go to your design manager, go to John Doe, and then there is all my rings in there. So that's the design manager. There is other work you can do with this. You can create new portfolios, but this is just one of those things that you need to have a play with and get used to the way that this works. Anyway, see you in the next video, which is customize. Bye bye.